As we enter March Madness and NCAA college programs around the country deal with a sprawling FBI investigation, the debate around paying players is as relevant now as it's ever been.
NCAA is correct.
I have no issue at all with young people being paid.
Everybody's getting paid anyway, you might as well just make it legal. So.
Compensating college athletes is not an explicitly race-focused conversation, but with black athletes making up 44% of Division I college football players and 55% of college basketball players, it's hard to separate the two. Research into this area has confirmed as much.
We saw a bigger difference among race.
Emily Guskin works as a pollster with the Washington Post.
54% of African Americans said that college athletes should be compensated compared to 31% whites. So that was the biggest difference that we found when we were going through this data.
I really don't know what it is that causes people to think differently on this opinion, but I do know that there is a difference here.
Another study specifically measured racial resentment, which is essentially a subtle hostility towards people of color, and it's linked to paying college players.
Whites, when faced with policies in which African Americans are the beneficiaries, their negative views of African Americans tend to be a good measure of understanding their opposition to these particular policies. So we believe that pay for play is very similar.
Political scientist Tatish Nteta found that negative racial views about blacks was the single strongest predictor of white opposition to paying athletes, more important than age, education, or whether they were a sports fan.
They're not aware, it's implicit. And for others, it's more explicit. They don't want African Americans to benefit financially in this sense. And they use those attitudes to sort of frame or structure their opinion on pay for play.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
This past year, the NCAA, a nonprofit organization, passed $1 billion in revenue for the first time in its history, with the largest chunk of that money, more than 80%, coming from its TV and marketing contracts.